Good afternoon, everybody out there. This is Arjax coming at you, and I've had some requests for a playthrough or a series of leveling guide kind of thing. Let's play World of Warcraft. So I figured I'd start off, and I'd start off with a new character. So the first thing that you'll notice from this screen is all my characters' names are Arjax. This originally came to be because I started my own guild on a realm, and all my toons were in the guild, but they all had different names, so I was getting messages from all kinds of different people. All kinds of people were confused about who I was, and since I have a bunch of level 90 alts and really no main, I just found it easier to name my toons all Arjax. So I'm going to use a human for this because I like the humans. I like the human starting area, and most of my alliance toons are named Arjax or are humans, so I'll just go with that. So in my name, you can see here that I have a funny character. Well, I already have two characters names of Arjax on this server, so obviously I'm gonna have to use kind of a funny name. So all of my toons have the exact same face, the exact same hair, the exact same coloring, all that. So that's what I'm just doing here, is loading my standard loadout. And the only thing that I think might be different is the skin color, and I'm not too worried about that. So there, I did it. There is a brand new warrior for this server. I chose Moonguard because I have two other toons on it, and with that being said, it's a high pop realm, so I found that it's really easy to make gold in this server, so that's why I'm going to stick there. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to go ahead and mail all of my heirlooms for a warrior from this server to the other server. The way I do this is, you have to enter your character's server name and all of that in there. And so what I'm going to do for that is very simple. I keep all my toons in a Words document with their full name, so that I can just hop on there. I can see what class they are, what server they're on. I don't keep track of level or anything else like that. And I don't do it with all my toons, but the ones that I'm leveling at the time and that I'm going to be sending heirlooms to, I definitely do that. So I'm going to go ahead and send my heirlooms. So I went ahead and sent my heirlooms. So the way you get that information is you just type anything into say, and then you click it, and then you shift click your name, and then Control A, Control C, you just copied it, and you have your realm name with your name. And if you save it into a Word document, it makes it very easy for you to pop around and go from server to server and slap your heirlooms over there. So not everybody probably does their leveling progression the same way that I do. And I know that I don't do it the fastest that there is, because it usually takes me about 3 to 4 days playtime in order to level a character from level 1 to level 90. I do it in a way that's fun for me, because otherwise it'd get monotonous. And so you can see here, never even logged onto this character, just popping over and going to grab those heirlooms. So out of the gate, I'm going to be OP, which is okay, and I am completely okay with that. I've done this starting area so many times, I don't really care about it. The only downside about this server is the guild that my other toons are in. There's nobody on right now, so I can't get into the guild. So I'm going to lose a little bit of EXP while doing that. I'm going to turn on my auto loot function here, and I'm going to turn off the show helm because I don't like the tanking heirloom helm look. Some of you might actually be offended by that, but hey, I don't like it. I've seen it way too much. So that's what I'm going to do. The auto loot feature is definitely a must. If you don't have it, it's going to take forever to loot anything, and you might as well loot it, even if it's garbage. You know, right now, that might not actually be a good theory for me, since I don't have any bags on this Toon. If I thought about it a little bit, I'd have jumped on one of my other Toons on the server, and went ahead and mailed me some bags. But, not too worried about that. I'll get bags eventually, and you know, by the time I hit level 15 is my goal for this video. When I do that, you know, I figure I'll send myself some bags. So, oh, what's going on? I did not apparently mail my pants. So, you know what? That's no good. So I'm gonna... Oh, crap. I don't want to wait 20 seconds. Oh well. So I'm gonna wait 20 seconds and I'm gonna hop back over there and figure out why I did not mail my pants to myself. Because you know what? I like having pants. And, you know, I just hopped over, so not a big deal. And you know what? While I'm at this, you know, I might as well just go ahead and buy myself some bags. Or loot them from the guild bank that I'm in. So, and you know, I don't feel too bad about looting from the guild bank because I'll just go ahead and put more stuff in there. And overall, I have given a ton of stuff to guildies in the past. So not necessarily in this guild, but in other guilds. And in my guild that I ran, well, I still own it. I don't do a whole lot on it. Nobody's too active on it, so on that one, I have given all kinds of stuff to them. So I just missed sending my thing right there, so I'll just pop it over, send. It saves the last person you sent it to, so if you do that, you can obviously see that I'm still have my character selected for sending to my character in Moonguard. So the bags that I usually buy are netherweave bags. They're about 20 gold each for a 20 slot bind on equip. I used to really like the moon bags, same size, but they're not bind on equip. I don't really find a huge reason to get those. I mean, they're more expensive, and yes, they don't bind on you, so you don't waste them. I'll see if there's any netherweave bags in here. There's 2. Oh yeah. So on this server, they're like 18 gold. So, and you know what? I would like to. I'd probably want to send my character some gold too. I'm not really gonna need it on here, but you know what? 50 gold isn't gonna hurt this character. And I'm probably not gonna spend the gold, honestly, on anything except for repairs. But since I don't know, you know, might as well send him 50 gold. Otherwise, you're obsessed with your coppers and your silvers and all that. Why bother just sending them some gold? And I have 4K in the other Toon. And that was part of the reason why I went to this server. I decided to use this server as the premises for these videos. You definitely make a ton of gold. And you know, everything's a little bit more priced on this server, but I don't tend to buy a lot of stuff from the auction house. And if I do, I'm going to have the gold for it. Anyways. So now I got bags and I got everything I'm going to need. So the one thing I do pay attention to is there are a lot of slots that you're not going to have pieces for. So if I go ahead and get pieces, I'm just going to go ahead and equip them, even if they're garbage. Because you know what? Garbage is better than nothing. So, as you can see, in this starting zone, you're pretty overpowered, and that is completely okay. There is no reason to really deal with this, especially if you're an experienced World of Warcraft player. Why do you want to play around in an area that does nothing for you? You know, go ahead and do it. Actually, most of the time what I'll do is if I'm planning on leveling a bunch of toons, or I'm thinking about it, whenever that thought crosses my mind, I just go ahead and create a toon. And if it's going to be Alliance, I run them to Goldshire in that inn, and I don't make it his inn so that I can Hearthstone back to this starting area, but I'll leave them in there and get that rest of the XP, which, you know, I'm going to burn through fast anyways, and it might be a wash on time as far as what I get, but if I think about making a character, that's what I'm just going to go ahead and do. The one thing that I'm kind of surprised about is I haven't got a guild invite yet. Now, even though there is a guild that I want to join, which all my other toons on this server are in, I'm not too worried about it, because you know, you get that 10% EXP, and nowadays, well, since Cataclysm ended and Mist of Pandaria started, getting guild reputation is ridiculously easy. You get the same amount for doing these quests as you did in Cata for doing level 85 dailies and quests. So, you know, I kind of enjoy that change in things, because, you know, when you were leveling up in Cataclysm, to get one of your characters to Honored or anything in your guild, you had to be end level character, and if you didn't, you know, you hit end level and you went straight to PvP, you weren't going to, there was just no way that you were ever going to become exalted in your guild. Nowadays, everybody's exalted in their guilds for the most part. Honored is like you turn in 10 quests. I mean, it's not that easy. There's no weekly rep cap anymore for the guild. You could level, I think you can even, I don't even think there's an EXP lock on the guild anymore, which is kind of nice. So I guess you could theoretically level a guild from level 1 to 25 in a day. I don't think it would actually be that hard, depending on how many members you had in the guild. That'd actually be something that'd be pretty cool to do. You know, just get a bunch of, you know, start off, you know, just get like 500 level 1 characters together on the same server, have them all join a level 1 guild and just go level together. I think it'd be fun. I don't know what purpose it would serve, but, you know. So, but yep, I definitely do enjoy the human starting area a little bit better than most other ones. I like the racial ability. That's why I really like the humans. I used to do a lot of PvP. I haven't really PvP'd since Cataclysm. I got into dungeoning and leveling alts because my wife joined World of Warcraft with me, and we were going to level all these characters, and we actually did. We leveled an entire server of characters, one of each class, to level 90, or not 90, 80, and then Miss Pandaria dropped, and she didn't like it, so she left. Which, that's fine. But, and I never finished leveling those tunes because those were something we were going to do together. I've actually got a lot of characters that end up, kind of stalled because I was leveling them with people and then they just drop out. So, or, I hop onto a bunch of friends who are like, hey, we're going to start a guild on this server, come join. And then, 4 of us show up and we start leveling and they're like, oh, well, we'll just start a whole new guild on this server and we'll do everything and we'll raid, and then about a week later everybody's back on their old server and you got a random level 50 on a server that you have no intention of ever playing on again. But, that is life in World of Warcraft, especially if you're willing to roll a bunch of different tunes. I'm kind of envious of the people who decide to stick with, one main, because then I guess if you did that, for me, you could get so much more done and accomplished in the game. I personally never get around to accomplishing everything that I want to do in the game. I'm like, oh, well, even when I got time to play World of Warcraft, I'll be like, oh, alright, sweet. I got a few hours, so I log on and I'm like, oh, well, you know what? I'm doing these tanking guides and all of my tanks have rested EXP that are level 40, so then I'll hop on there, go run some dungeons with everybody else in random pickup groups. I'll get done with that, and then I'm like, holy cow, I'm out of time. I don't do anything with my main or my end game characters anymore. What is fine, because there isn't really anything that I want to do at the end. I've done a bunch of raids. I can't really find a good raiding guild or anybody a group of people that really want to raid consistently. And I'm okay with that right now because school just started again this last week, and I'm taking a bunch more difficult classes, or rather classes I'm actually going to have to learn rather than a bunch of classes that I could just skate by on. So, not worrying about, being on Tuesday nights at 9 p.m. to run raids and staying up till 4 in the morning running raids. I'm perfectly okay with not doing that. Would I like to? Yeah. Is there stuff that I need to learn about raiding? Absolutely. And the only way to really learn, or at least for me, is actually just doing it. But, and the people that I do find that want to run M level content, they pretty much want to run like the end level content. I can't find a group of people who want to start at the beginning raids of Mist of Pandaria and get together and talk on raid chat and get through all the basic stuff. Is that okay? Yeah, sure. If that's what you want to do, absolutely. But I would like to start at the beginning. I did most of mine through the Raid Finder, and for a while there I had a bunch of level 90 tanks, and all I was doing was queuing for them random, run them all on one, run them all on the next, trying to get that gear, and I just kind of got burnt out on that. On top of it, I went to Iraq, so going to Iraq kind of put a damper in it, and then I got laid off from that job, so I got kind of down a little bit, like never lost a job in my life, and here I'm laid off. Was making all kinds of money, and I'm like, oh no, now I have no money. So I went ahead actually then, and I just canceled my World of Warcraft subscription for about 4 months while I figured stuff out, and I ended up deciding to go back to school, since nobody needs me to find improvised explosive devices anymore. So that was pretty much why I stopped raiding. I went to Iraq to work on the Iraqi embassy, and after that, when I got back, I didn't really feel like doing a whole lot. I was trying to find another job, enrolled in school. Didn't really know what I was doing in school, so I was just like, yeah, well, and I really picked back up this April playing World of Warcraft. It was the one of the longest breaks I've taken. It was like 5-6 months, and I didn't really care for my characters anymore. Decided that I'd rather just oh, this guy's gonna beat me there. I wonder if I hit him and kill him, if I get my quest completed. Nope. So this douchebag here just stole the quest guy from us. But you know what? Whatever. He'll respawn. So all of these people are coming for the same guy. So you know what I'm going to do here is I'm going to invite everybody to my party so that if somebody else goes ahead and hits him, we can all still complete the quest. So that's something I like to do. I don't want to fight 3 people for a level 5 guy that we're gonna kill in like 2 seconds, and I don't want to sit there. What if I didn't win it? There's a hunter there. Hunters are really good at picking up ads. There was a caster there. I don't know what class he was, but I saw the heirloom caster stuff. You know what? He could have been a warrior, just rocking out in cloth heirloom. I've seen it before. I don't really understand it, because getting heirlooms nowadays is really, really easy. And especially if you have a level 90 character. The justice, you get like 360 justice points for running a dungeon. That is insane. I remember slaving away in PvP to get heirlooms and then transferring my honor to justice points and just grinding it out. But that's what I liked at the time, was doing PvP. So was it really a grind? No, not really. Not at all. But, that's what I was doing, and it took me forever to get all the heirlooms that I had. And, at the time, I didn't really have anything else to do. I was working for a company that was sending me all over the United States. And, I'd be in a hotel room, living out of hotel rooms for at least half the year. And, I got paid a lot of money to do it, and then they'd give me all this money for food. It was like I was getting paid an extra $60 a day on top of my salary. But you know what? I didn't want to spend that money on food. I'd rather have that money. So I went out and I got ramen noodles. And I would sit up and play World of Warcraft on my off time, as opposed to everybody else going out and drinking and doing whatever. And so they'd come back with like no money in their pocket, and I'd have like an extra $5,000-$6,000, which is really awesome. It helps out to get a bunch of extra money. And you know what? I am completely okay with eating ramen for 4 months to put a few extra $1,000 in my pocket. So the only bad part about a high pop server like this is all of these people running around Goldshire. Like, oh my gosh, what is the point of all of these characters being in Goldshire? Nothing is really that cool. I am sorry. There is nothing cool about chilling in Goldshire. And I used to do it. We used to hang out with a bunch of friends, and we'd all, just kind of hang out and play and talk in between queues for PvP, or we decide to go on a raid to wherever and go attack the Orgrimmar and all kinds of stuff. Back when you could summon everybody in your party to a location through a guild ability. That guild ability was plain out win. I don't know why we got rid of it. I really wish they had not got rid of it. But you know what? They did. They decided it wasn't cool, whatever. But yeah, I haven't run these dungeons or these quests for a while, so it's kind of hard for me to find where I need to turn this quest in. I don't know where he is. So I pop in here, and he says he is over here. Oh. I guess there is 4 characters killing people over here. So that's kind of annoying. So I have to wait for our people to respawn so that I can turn in a quest and get more quests. Thanks, Ford. You're really cool. So, and there's a couple other people presumably doing the same thing that I am. But yep, so we're just kind of hanging out, waiting for these guys to pop back in and come alive. So while I go ahead and wait a couple seconds for that to happen, I'll go over here and grab this quest. I don't really remember what quests I turn in over here. I guess I could, let's take Marshall McBride's thing to whatever. But, so annoying. Everybody is waiting up. Nope, not even him. But I don't really want to run out there and start on these quests that I have until I get them all. You know, I don't know if they necessarily are quests that I need to do over here. But you know what? Whatever. I'm done. I'm done waiting. I'm not that patient. I don't care. It's gonna make, you know, if I have to come back and, well, you know what? As soon as we decide to leave, quests are gonna pop back up. So, sod. So, yep. So what I do here is, as you can see, none of them are going to be better than my heirlooms, obviously. So I just go ahead and I look for whichever one is worth the most as far as gold turn-in. Is it going to be a lot of gold? No, it's not. Okay, so I'm not going to do that one. That one, I fly to Stormwind, I run through the city, go ahead and talk to an innkeeper, I get a quest, run back and forth. It's a real big waste of time. No purpose, very little EXP. And you know what? For 230 EXP, it's really not worth my time. I just got 102 from killing that guy, and it took way less time than it's going to take for me to run all the way to, or, well, you fly. But fly to Stormwind, run through the city, do that whole shabam. Not really worth it as far as time goes. But there is going to be 3 quests that I get from here. Going to kill some guys for candles, gold dust, and going to end up scouting through the mines. It's very simple, but this is the exact path I take to level 15 every time. Sometimes I do that quest that I said was kind of stupid and a waste of time. Other times I skip it. It just kind of depends on what I'm feeling like. And how much of it I remember. You know, sometimes you don't remember how much of a waste of time it is, or you just don't look at the quest log. So, but you know what? I did. So, you know, I know how big of a waste of time it is. So, you know, whatever. So the only bad side about picking a high pop server is all your starting zones are going to be packed. So coming through here and picking up these guys, normally I would have already killed most of them if I was on a low pop server. But the advantage is you get a lot more gold for selling your stuff. So gold sinks in the game costs a lot less in principle. On some servers I hit level 90 with like 4,000 gold. And that's without buying any flights or anything. And it's like, holy cow, what did I do wrong? Did I not sell my stuff on the auction house? It was like, no, I did. Or, I listed it, but it never sold, so I just vendor trashed it. You get sick of having 400 items in your mailbox every few days. But there's just, like, lower pop servers, the items are worth less. There's no demand to buy them. So, you get a little bit of both. On the upside, on lower population servers, you're going to find that camping, guys, is a lot easier. On high pop servers, you might run into competition of like 15 people sitting for one rare spawn. And so when the rare spawn pops, you got 15 guys that run to it, and the first one that magically taps it on its shoulder is the only person who can get the reward. So that's kind of annoying. So I have characters on low pop servers in case I want to try to farm something. I don't know. I just have characters on low pop servers. Does it really play into how I play the game? Nah, not really. But knowing what I know now, I'd rather start on a high pop server. There's more people to interact with. And I would say that you're more prone to get an early guild invite. But as you can see, I'm still not in a guild. And I'm already level 6. So, I don't really understand why I haven't got one of those random come join my guild invites yet. I know a lot of people hate it, but it doesn't seem to prevent people from actually doing it. So, this hunter here obviously is kind of new. What he's trying to do is he's trying to run ahead of me and aggro the stuff before I get there so that he can, collect the loot and everything that he needs out from it for this quest. But what he isn't doing is he isn't taking everybody up. So you see right there, he just did it again because he's a douchebag. But whatever. So I'm going to go over here and I'm going to tag up both of these guys. Because you know what? I can. There's no way that I'm going to die from pulling 3 guys. And, the sooner I'm out of here, the sooner everybody else is going to have more people. So, do I really care about pulling these extra guys? Yes, because I want to get out of here faster. That's pretty much the only reason I'm doing this, is to complete the quest. And with the heirlooms, I'm getting pretty decent EXP anyways. So, oh, dang it. He stole it. So this is the downside. Like, obviously, if I was doing this all by myself, we'd be super done by now. Instead, I am rerunning through the mines trying to find guys. We kill them way too fast. Their spawn rate is way too low for this server. Yep, I'm just gonna run in circles until I find some guys. And that hunter's already got one. So that means that there's one less for me to get. And that guy's already got him. So, now, if this was a dungeon, and we were trying to all steal these guys, Something I would do is just go ahead and run through the entire thing and pull everybody. But the downside of not being in a dungeon is I can't do that because if I get too far away from these guys, they'll stop chasing me and turn away. Now, what would be really cool is if Blizzard implemented something where you like, I don't want to drop aggro, let everybody, chase me infinite amount of distance, and like pull the entire zone of Stormwind City. Just pull everybody in it. That'd be pretty insane. Just like run by everybody and like have everybody following you. But alas, that is not possible. They have their little zones. And it's probably a really good thing that it's not possible, because I could see people being douchebags and just pulling everything and never killing it, and thus having the aggro on it, and it just causes a whole issue. So, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to Hearthstone back. Is it a waste of a Hearthstone? Probably. You know what? Yeah, it's a complete and utter waste of a Hearthstone. Well, you know what? Whatever. I'm just going to do it. They respawn in every 15 minutes, so that is, that is fine. Is there a real reason why I need to keep it? No. Just trying to get to level 15 right now. Something I like to do, every now and then is... What the heck? Is he dead? Oh my god. All of these guys are dead. I don't know why anybody kills these low-level characters. All it does is irritate everybody. Oh, and I don't want that quest. Ugh. So that's another disadvantage, is since there's more alliance, there's more horde, more people go ahead and do douchebaggery. Is there a purpose to kill these people? No, absolutely not. Especially if there is nobody around. There's all these characters around. I'd be willing to bet that he ran in here, hit him, and everybody killed him. But, that might not be true, because I'm looking around, and there's a bunch of level 1s, level 2s. I have no idea why, this person is just standing here, AFK naked at level 2. It's like, what are you doing? Why are you doing that? This is World of Warcraft, and we get a bunch of naked female avatars in this room. All kinds of naked female avatars. Why? What is going on with that? And for those of you who are like, oh, we're gonna RP. It's like, okay, yeah, that's cool. But just be aware that the person you're RPing with is probably a dude. He's probably like 30 years old. Just being like, oh yeah, little nerdlet, fap off to my avatar. And you're like, what? Get out of here, dude. Why are you doing this? Why, and to be fair, there are a lot of females that play World of Warcraft, but there are definitely more dudes, and, I just assume that everybody's a guy. I know quite a few female people that play World of Warcraft in real life, and, I just go with the safe assumption that everybody in World of Warcraft is a guy. So, yep, that is what I do, and all these naked little level 2 characters, I just presume that they're hackers and guys, and pay absolutely zero attention to them. And I suggest everybody else do the same thing. Unless you like to apparently go and RP with a bunch of guys. But You know, there's nothing wrong with it. If that's what you like to do and you're a guy, you know, whatever. And if you're a girl and you like to do that, you know, whatever. All the power in the world to you. But that is not something that I feel like we should do. Or I'm going to do anyways. You know, and I'm here to play a video game, not run around and talk to level 2s in Goldshire that are AFKing. So, getting to level 15 is kind of a tedious task to me. It's really, really super annoying. I don't like it. So, there I go. Somebody asked me if I want to join a guild. I'm going to join their guild. Is there really a purpose for me doing that? No, not really. The only thing that I'm going to get out of it is like an extra 10% EXP. Is that good? Yeah, absolutely. It's going to take off 10% of the time that I need to reach another level. Is it absolutely imperative to leveling a Toon? No, not at all. But you know what? That's what I'm going to do. So I'm level 7. No, I'm not going to join a level 1 guild. You know what? Whatever. I'll do it. Since nobody else has invited me. Oh. I accidentally clicked the wrong thing. So what they're looking for here is essentially just help leveling their guild. Which, you know what? Whatever. I don't care. Am I going to get the benefits from being in this guild and leveling? No, I'm not. Is it going to hurt me? No, it's not going to hurt me from being in the guild. So the only thing that I could really say that it does is it prevents me from really joining another guild that's already progressed. And it prevents me from getting the XP bonus. Is that a super big deal? No. Would I like the XP bonus? Yes. But not gonna really worry about it too much. Because you know what? Whatever. I'm gonna be level 50 soon enough. Or not 50, 90. And I'm doing this for fun. You know? I'm not trying to get this character to level 90 as fast as possible. Well, a little bit I am. The thing is the new Halloween event's gonna come out, and you have 0.5% of a chance to get the drop from the mount, and I would really like the mount this year. Last year I ran it with a bunch of level 90s, and it ended up just being this overall pain in the butt. Never got the mount. I was really hoping that that they wouldn't release a new expansion before October, because that's what they did when they released Mists of Pandaria. So all of those characters that I had at level 85, I had to level to level 89 in order to run the dungeon to try to get my mount. And you know, I spent all that time getting a ton of characters to level 85, and what did they do? They turned around and were like, ha ha ha, you have to level them all to 89. So I ended up getting like 2 or 3 characters to level 89 to 90 before the event started, and it was just super annoying. It was like, really? What would be cool is if they just let, you know, any level character run it, you know, just have it as and obviously scale it to it. You know, just have it in a group of people that it can scale to. That would be super sweet. So right there, I can actually wear these boots. It's going to give me a increase in my stats because my other boots are garbage. So that's what I did, you know. Most of the time I look for whatever's going to sell for the most, which is kind of pointless. It probably wastes my time even doing that, but, you know, such is life. It's just, you know, and when you consider it, what is like 15 copper? 15 copper is worthless. Like, when's the last time you ever bought something for 15 copper on this game? I'm gonna say pretty much never. But all the same, I still keep going. I'm like, oh my gosh, I have to pick the quest rewards that sells for the most gold. And you're like, by the time you hit level 10, you're like, oh my gosh, I have 7 gold. You're like, oh my god, I'm super rich. No, can't even buy a 20 slot bag. The little known fact, yawning is actually not a sign of being tired. Well, it kind of is a little bit, but it's not a super big sign of it. What it really is a sign that your brain is not overheating, but is a little warm. So what you're doing when you yawn is you're actually opening up your mouth, which puts one of your arteries going into your brain closer to airflow, and when you yawn, it actually cools off your brain a little bit. And it's been scientifically proven that people who sit, if you put an ice pack on your head and you put a heating pack on somebody else's head, you will yawn less than the person with the heating pack on their head. Little bit of interesting trivia. Actually, pretty much pointless trivia. But, there you go. And I just kind of remembered it because I yawned. So, I'm probably going to end this video at level 10. You know I said that I wanted to get to level 15. But, I'm kind of getting a little bit bored with this. Not so much the video, but being level 8, you know, there isn't anything fun for me to do. You know, I pop around, I do these things, and ultimately the goal for me is to get to level 15, and then I can start running my dungeon. And, you know, I have my dungeon guide, but this is going to be different. This is just going to be me talking the entire way through. You're going to see me end up, you know, dying and wiping and a bunch of other stuff that, you know, most people don't really see. Well, if you run enough dungeons with me, yeah, you're gonna see me wipe. Whatever. Yeah, I don't really care that much. I don't want to run back there. I'm gonna run up to this next section here. Because I'm going to get quests that are worth a lot more EXP. I'm going to start killing people that are higher levels than me. This is kind of a higher zone. You know, you see right here, level 9 guy attacking me. So obviously I'm going to get more EXP for killing him. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go ahead and kill him. So that's why I'm doing over here. Is it the fastest way to get through this zone? Honestly, I kind of feel like it is. I get tired of, you know, I have done this entire zone on a leveling progression, and obviously with heirlooms, you're going to out-level a zone if you're going to do quests with it way before you end up doing the entire zone. I've done this entire zone. It gets boring and tedious, and especially when you start out leveling the quests, and the quests start giving you a lot less EXP. So that's my goal. And you know what? I know this area, so there is no reason for me to not, just skip everything. There's like a huge side, if you look over here, this whole area is filled with quests, and they take forever. I don't like them, so I skip them. That's what I do. Whatever. I might be a bad person for skipping the quest, but ultimately, I don't want to waste my time. So I'm going to run up here, and it's going to be like kill harder, then go back to the center thing, and, it's going to be that. So, I don't really think that this guild is going to be very successful about power leveling to level 25. Number one, there's 6 people in here. That's not a whole lot of people for guilds. Number 2, they're level 1, so they're not going to be able to recruit a lot of people. The third thing is they're not using a super awesome, fast guild tool that's an add-on. And I know a lot of people hate it, but Super Guild Invite is one of those things that really helps a guild in the early days. Wow, what a fucking douchebag. That guy just tagged up the person and let me kill him for the EXP. Wow. I hate people like that. And you get a lot, especially if you're like a warrior or a paladin. Well, what I should say is if you're a melee class, you'll get it a lot. A lot of people will be like, oh, ha ha ha. I'm a caster, I'm a hunter, I can shoot you. And, as that guy is running at you, and he's still going to hit you, and I'm going to get all the EXP for him killing you. I'm like, what? Why are you a douchebag? Why would you do that? But, some people like being douchebags. I am not one of those people. I don't like being a douchebag, so I'm not a douchebag. I don't like people being douchebags. But hey. And then there's the off chance that he wasn't trying to be a douchebag in me killing the guy for him. What he was trying to do was to kill the guy himself, but when I stole the aggro, he was like, oh, whatever, I'll just stand here and wait for him to die. So, as you can see here, this zone is a lot less contended for, and as you get out a little bit more, I don't know why it's less contended for. You see all those people in that first little quest zone and the second quest zone everybody's stealing everybody's stuff, but this one, it's like dead. There's a couple people, there's Hogger, this guy. This guy used to be highly contested, and everybody would, try and steal this guy. Nope, not anymore. He's just another guy. Super easy. So, now the bad part about me using my, Hearthstone... Oh, wow. Yep. And your Hearthstones take a lot longer in a level 1 guild than they do in a level 25 guild. So yep, that is another annoying thing. Is it super bad? Nah, whatever. Who cares? So, but yep, it hasn't even been 30 minutes yet for me to get through this. So, I could stay there and watch that. I'm not going to. What? There's no point for me to do that. The character is only level 8. So, well, I'm going to hit level 9 here in a second. Especially with this quest turn in. So that one is 2000 EXP or 1500. And this one, yeah, I'll hit level 9. Hopefully I can start the next zone at level 9. I don't know. We'll see. So, but what I do know is I'm not going to do that one. So I'm going to run all the way back there. Kind of sucks. Wish I had a Hearthstone. Talking about Hearthstone, Hearthstone is actually a pretty freaking awesome video game. I highly recommend checking it out. I have wasted hours of my life playing it so far. Actually, probably the funnest card game that I've played in a long time. Now, the thing that I like about it, over any other card game that's out there right now, you don't have to spend money to play it. It is completely free. You know, is there an advantage if you spend money? Yeah, you get more cards faster. What does that do for you? Well, it makes it a little bit easier to progress in it. Is it needed? No. Even like the special pay to enter content, you can buy it by winning in the game. You get these daily quests, super easy. You know, might take you a bit of time to get it down to completing the quest. But overall, super easy. And then there's the arena function. And if you're going to get into Hearthstone, I strongly recommend that if you like it, and only if you like it, play it, obviously. Like, why waste your time otherwise? There's nothing to gain out of, you know, playing a game you don't like. So only play it if you like it. But if you do like it, you know, you're going to get these gold, and you're going to notice that you can buy a pack of gold or a pack of cards for 100 gold, or 2 packs of cards for $3. Like, what? So I kind of equate 1 gold to 1 cent. So in pretty much everything, it is cheaper to buy everything with gold than actual money. But as opposed to, oh my gosh, I do not want to get involved in this. And they're all killing all the guys. Sweet guys, thank you. Thank you for being a bunch of douchebags. And of course, since everybody is like a level 0, they're just gonna be here. Is there anything I can do about it? No. Is there anything any of these guys can do about it? No, not a whole lot. So, you know what? I think this is probably a good point to end the video. I don't want the standard, like, there's going to be nothing that I can do. They're killing all of the NPCs. They're a bunch of douchebags. So, I'm just going to log out now and continue my leveling guide a little bit later, unmolested. Probably get to level 20 next time, because after I hit level 15, getting to level 20 is super easy, and since these guys continue to raid this area, I can't really turn in my quests. So, alright, well, if you liked the video, please like, comment below, give me a comment, let me know if you like it. I did this just for 3 people who requested it, so let me know what you think. Absolutely, you know, guys, I just rolled this level 8 Toon just for you, recorded this video. Alright guys, have a great day. Arjax out.